No titles so far this season. Watch out for Vithango, the great playmaker, and the return here for France of
but for France, this will be difficult because you're going to be hit high and hard.
So France then, red, white and blue as ever. Fiji with, well, a lot to prove to their home supporters. They're in possession now. Little Vithango there is the man who makes things happen. Perhaps one of the smallest guys on the circuit, but one of the most influential. This is big Setefani Thakau. He has pace as well, just dicing with Satu. On goes Setefani Thakau, and that's how Fiji love to play it. Fast, loose and efficiently quick.
That is extraordinary. That all came from the kickoff. Beautiful skill. A man 10 feet off the ground, plucked it, a couple of dummies, and there he pretends to be not out of breath, which I always think is so cool with Fijians, because they must be exhausted. Watch this. Dummy, go, breaks a couple of people, ball in one hand, thinks about the handoff, stands, straightens the man up. He can't run under the post. Fantastic.
Sleight of hand, sleight of foot. Setefani Thakau, who... well, that's his 17th try this season. Didn't score in London, but has made his impact here. And, well, he's just one of a whole talent of individuals who can run them in. And he even beat the referee in that build-up.
Not hard. I remember watching Clive Woodward, the then England player Clive Woodward, play the Fijians in a game at Hong Kong when he had two Fijians flying at him, determined, I think, to kill him. And he sidestepped the two Fijians, the New Zealanders, the Fijians. And remember how big this is in Fiji. I've never been there, but it's so... Everyone in Fiji's watching this, I'm told.
They are indeed.
So,
they're live
fantastic.
with us all the time on television. Blue, this is France. Breaking through is Vincent Roux, the captain, to Eddie Labat. Great cover, but Labat is there in support again. Well played. Taste of their own medicine. And France with a lot of talent here. And they're beginning to gel it together. And there's the man who had that honour and was given a bottle of champagne for scoring that... landmark 20,000th try in the IRB series last week. So quickly back, that's the best riposte. 7-all with the conversion good. Vincent Roux, try number 31 for the man who's been very much a key figure this season in a side that has struggled to find some form. Watch this.
One of the things that's changed modern rugby is the offload and the tackle, and that's 2 or 3 offloads straight up the pitch. Beautiful try, stunning.
Comes from the club who are riding high in the top 14, Clermont Auvergne, who have been the revelation of the last few seasons as a club in the 15s game, and could well take their first ever title in the French Championship this season. Just a couple of weeks to go, the semis and the final to be played out. They're certainly in the semis. But Fiji, meanwhile, round 1 for them on this day of round-robin games. See how Nakuta, the new man, kept that ball in play. If it had been taken out, it would have been a throw into France. Loss of possession. Setefani Thakau is, in fact, it's Rabonakitha, I'm sorry. One of the 2 new players. Nakuta is the other one. And he is quick, is Thakau. Seen it already. That's 2 in a row. No, he offloads. Nakuta, the new man, playing his first pair of sevens tournaments. And... again, one thing Fiji always emphasises, the importance of support.
Yeah, and it goes back to the kickoff too. Maya, beautiful unit skill, up off the ground, secure. They then break up the left wing. Only one man needed to win the ball. We watched Spain the previous tie. They had 2 or 3 men trying to win the ball. They just do the basics so well, allied to the skill.
And Ala Sorevi, a little... drop goal in front of the post. There's the determined run. You don't often get round the outside against a side like France, but they have that pace and the change of pace, which is so important. And Nakuta there from Thakodrove. Vithango, Emosi Vithango, 24-year-old who's related to Saramarabai, is one of the class Fijian players in the French Championship at the moment. Thakau again offloads quickly to the hands of the captain, the elder statesman, Marika Vunimbaka. Added some pace the last month or so because he wouldn't have run that in when he was a bit out of form when he came back into the semis. He's captaining the side now, a bit of a legend on his recall this season, and that stretches the lead importantly to 2 scores ahead now of France. Marika Vunimbaka, you'll have seen him before in the World Sevens.
As you say, Nigel, the one thing they all have is this extraordinary pace, isn't it? They look as and then the old, I'm honest, I'm not out of breath. Look, he'll be exhausted.
Yeah.
But oh no, I'm fine. It's this ability to run a distance.
Well, a player who's played 15s World Cups twice and 3 World Cup sevens. Fiji, of course, the reigning world champions of sevens, and it'll all be happening again in Dubai next early March. Lovely conversion. And that's what, 21-7. Full of turning things round.
Yeah.
Other priorities in life, and they take it seriously. What are you looking at?
Well, interesting. I don't know if we know about, you know, in the Fijian bench, the chap in the wheelchair. Have you mentioned that?
No,
in previous sevens. Very interesting, if the camera can catch him at all, is the chap in the wheelchair in the Fijian
in the dugout.
Dugout.
Already seen in the Fijian squad. Penalty not releasing, quickly away via Anthony Pujol. That's again careless play.
It's fine, it's fine.
You know, Nigel, a few of these players are losing their footing. Man, though, wow. Oh, wow.
Lovely inside. This guy, one of the quickest on the field, Matanavu. Timothy Matanavu, a real speedster, cousin of Sorelli Mbombo. And he beat a few people in his time. And the work again of Buthango. He doesn't often run them in, but he's a wonderfully creative halfback, as you can see. There's the switch. Beautiful.
Yeah, and when you go look at the stride length, the cadence, the speed, very light too. He's not hugely built up top, but my goodness, dots it down.
Yes,
I wish I had that pace, Nigel. It's a little unit skill, isn't it? We talk about unit skills, and that was a unit skill that failed them. Who is it? It's Maya in the Fijian team who goes up to receive kickoffs, totally banker safe, and France can't keep their own ball. Oh,
once again the step. Thakau, and he's away. That's all it takes. Well, we always look back to Waisali Sarevi, the man who could beat 3 men in the area of a telephone kiosk. Well, they have a whole host who can do it now. He's been the inspiration, and it's players like Thakau, Vitango, Rocco who've come through, and I guess it's all to do with beating men in a soft sandy surface, playing with a coconut instead of a rugby ball at the age of 3, that instills these skills, and they become in the genes or something. The conversion again. Fiji now out of sight for their 5th win out of 27 meetings.
Look at that, look at that. That is the ability to make a whole back division stop and watch you, and then you fire up through them. Remember the Campese step? That was a... We never got any money, Nigel. Not like you.
People couldn't believe it if I say, look, I paid for every game I played, and even had to pay for the meal afterwards.
Yeah.
Knock advantage. Advantage over.
See, the problem there with the chasing Burgo for France was no one with him to make something of it. There's the step.
Wow.
There's the little dancing feet of Timothy Matanavu again. And to think they've another player that we're not seeing yet called Iliavi Satalo. Very similar. We'll see him later in the day, I'm sure, for Fiji. But they have a surfeit of players who can just dance their way, just so light on their feet and wonderful balance. Beautiful athletes to watch.
What I like about the Fijians is you sense there's a bit of freedom to it. The Kiwis, it's kind of choreographed, isn't it? Everything's a machine. But the Fijians, they get the ball, they express themselves. There's probably a queue of youngsters in Fiji watching this thinking, I want to do this one day, I want to run like him. From Sarevi to Ratuvau to all the great names to the modern day players. And it's just brilliant that they come here and express themselves.
Because we have 15 seconds. We play anyway.
Last couple of seconds to go. You probably caught the voice of the referee there, Carlo Damasco. Yeah, it's a joy to watch, and it's the change of pace, it's the little steps, and as you say, it's the national sport, of course, and this is the game. They have Moldova and Kenya to come in this pool, and they will still have